Welcome to BhagavatSanga program. We are reading from Lord Brahma's prayers because this is our Srimad Bhagavatam program. And these prayers come in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14. The verses are 1 to 40, very beautiful verses. And today we have a very fantastic devotee, and Mataji gives very fantastic classes. So, with that, we would like to welcome our uh, devotee presenter today, Sridevi Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for the opportunity, Satyasara Prabhu, Jesh Bhadra Mataji, Veena Mataji, everyone, and all the assembled devotees. And we'll start the Lord Brahma's prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this comes in chapter Canto 10, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 14. And before we start with the prayers, we'll first see the glories of Lord Brahma. So who is actually Lord Brahma? During the Pralaya Kala, when all the jivas are when there is no material world manifestation, all of his jivatmas are just lying on the body of Garbhadakshaya Vishnu. So once Garbhadakshaya Vishnu wants to create the material world, he first does the initial portion, and after he is done with the first initial portion, he selects one of the jiva who has the most pious activities, most pious work was done. He selects that jivatma and gives the position as Brahma, and he is the first born living being born out of the body of Garbhadakshaya Vishnu. So Lord Brahma is such an intelligent and so pious Jivatma, and he is the first born living being, comes out from the lotus navel of the Garbhadakshaya Vishnu. Once he is born, he gets the transcendental knowledge of all the Vedas, which is directly imparted onto his Hridaya from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why he is called as Tena Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavi. He is the Adi Kavi, and he's the topmost authority. His capacity for intelligence is inconceivable. He's the most powerful and intelligent of all the living entities. We can just see the entire creation created by the Brahma outside of this world. We can just see this. Everything has so minute and little details. If we see the seasons changing, first when spring season comes, all the flowers blossoms very beautifully, very nicely, and all the trees knows when to shed their leaves, when to start blooming. Everything everyone knows. So everything is created by Brahma with so many little details, and also it has to be done in the big scale, because if we see the world, we can see large mountains, hills, oceans, seas. Everything is created so perfectly, everything acts so perfectly. So Lord Brahma is behind of all this. His potency is so great, he puts the entire material world very nicely with all the details. And how did he get all this power? He gets this one portion of power from the unlimited superpower. And so he is unbelievably powerful. And also he speaks always the truth. He is one of the 12 Mahajans. So such Lord Brahma, such a glories of Lord Brahma, how he is going to get bewildered by Krishna, we can see in the next slides. So just before we start with how Brahma is getting bewildered, now in Vrindavan, Krishna is now 4 years old. So he wanted to herd all the cows and calves. And hence, first he is asking permission from Yashoda Mata, and Yashoda is she is denying permission, she didn't want to get separated from Krishna. So initially, first she is giving permission to go in the morning, comes before lunch. So some days were going like that, initial days, and then Krishna wanted to do this pastime. So hence that day he wanted to have lunch along with his cowherd friends, and hence he is getting permission from Nanda Maharaj, and all the boys, cowherd boys and calves, they are going to herd the calves. They are going to the forest, and that time actually Brahma is also coming to the material world to see his master. So what's happening is by like 11 o'clock or so, the Agasura manifestation is happening there. And all the cowherd boys, Agasura is just lying like a cave on the regular walking way of that cowherd boys. And these boys are thinking it's some new big cave, and they are all entering into the cave. And now Krishna is seeing that, and he wanted to stop them, but they already almost entered into the cave, because all these boys have the confidence that Krishna will anyway protect themselves, so protect them. So now Krishna is entering into the Agasura and growing big, and he killed Agasura demon. So we all know this story. And Lord Brahma is seeing that. First, he sees that he's such a powerful boy. He killed a big serpent, and now the time lunch time has come. So 12 o'clock. Now all the boys are sitting means around Krishna, and everybody is feeding Krishna. Now Krishna is acting like some small little boy, some 4 year little boy, and everybody is feeding Krishna with so much of love and joy. And one cowherd boy is saying, "Oh Krishna, my mom has prepared some special dish for you." Like that, everybody is feeding Krishna. Seeing all this, Lord Brahma is so bewildered. What's happening? He looks like such a he just now killed a big serpent, and now he's acting like a little boy, and he couldn't able to relate that. Although he's so powerful, he couldn't able to relate that. Even if sometimes if we see President of America is playing in our apartment in the mud, we won't be like actually believing like that. Brahma is also bewildered, so he just wanted to know what is the extent of his power. Can I challenge his power? Like if I steal all the cowherd boys and calves, what is he going to do? Will Krishna come and cry to me? Like that he was just thinking. And he steals all the cowherd boys and calves, and he's keeping them in a cave. And the actual transcendental purpose behind the pastime is not just making Brahma humble. That is also one reason this pastime has happened, because Krishna always wants his devotees to become more pure and purer. Like a diamond can be tested only in fire. If we want to reach the sun, we have to become like fire. So all these qualities will come when when we undergo so much of testing. Similarly, Krishna wants his devotees to become more humble. That is one purpose. And the other purpose is like all the mothers and cows in Vrindavan, they wanted Krishna to be their son. Although they have natural inclination, natural love towards their son, they always wanted Krishna to be their son, because that's the specialty of Krishna. And Krishna also wanted to satisfy that. And so when Brahma steal all the cowherd boys and cubs just for a moment, here 1 year has passed in the material world. So all through the 1 year, Krishna has become the son for all the Vrindavan mothers and calves for all the cows, and satisfied their desire. So that's the transcendental purpose of this pastime also. So with the means we'll go enter into the Brahma's prayers. From 10.14.1 to 8, we can split the section as like how to know the unknowable. Brahma now, like after he again comes back and sees in Vrindavan, he sees all Krishna sits along with all the cowherd boys, and all the calves are still herding. And again, he just got bewildered, and he went back to the cave and saw there all the boys are there. So he's like, then he understood, oh, I did some mistake, and it's actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I have actually interrupted his means happiness. So then he is sincerely coming and apologizing, and offering his prayers to Krishna. So we will see two sections today, like 1 to 8 is like how to know the unknowable. How we can, with our limited powers, how can we understand the unlimited Krishna? It's a two terms we cannot even correlate it. But how we can understand Brahma is giving the answer? It's only through humility, not our by our mental speculation or any knowledge or any intelligence. If we start trying to understand the unknowable with our intelligence, then we are not going to end up in understanding anything about Krishna. So how we can understand about Krishna is only through humbleness, humility, and our submission to him, unlimited supreme person, and he will disclose his opulences and his unlimitedness to us. That is the only way, and that is through the bhakti process. Only through that we can understand the unknowable. And 9 to 12 is Brahma's apology, sincere apology to Krishna. So we'll go into the prayers one by one. Okay, the first one, deity darshan. Actually, now Brahma has seen Krishna in his personal form, so immediately he is offering his prayers onto the darshan of his beautiful personal form. Like he's saying, like your transcendental body is dark, like dark blue, like a new cloud. He's comparing his body with the dark blue clouds. Like if you see the rain clouds are like dark blue in color, and the rain is one thing which will just pour. It doesn't look where it is going to pour. It will not say, I'm going to, okay, this is a good farmland, I'll pour here. This is some ditch water, I'm not going to rain here. This is ocean, it doesn't need any water, so I'm not going to rain. It will not think all about that. If it's a cloud is there, it's going to rain. It just rains on everything. Similarly, mercy of Krishna is like that. He has no partiality over low esteem, high esteem people. Krishna gives the mercy to everybody, every one of us. So hence, Brahma is comparing his body to the dark blue clouds. And even if the rain clouds, after all it rains, it changes its color to white in color. So all the dark blue clouds will be into white. But Krishna's body, transcendental body, is always dark blue, meaning he has always his mercy that doesn't get drained at all. So hence, he's always Shyama Sundara. He's black in color. And Brahma is also enjoying his earrings, peacock feather. When we go to have a darshan on the deity, we have to look at all these things. We have to look at the ornaments, the dresses. Whoever is actually doing the deity darshan, deity means decoration, they will be like very much interested in putting all the minute details. Similar to that, Brahma is enjoying everything on Krishna. And here Krishna is wearing a garland of various forest flowers. Although Yashodhama has a lot of gold jewelry with her, and Krishna wants to enjoy with nature. He's wearing the garland of the forest flowers and leaves whatever he has got in the forest. And Brahma is praying like he's having a herding stick, a buffalo horn, flute. He's exactly like a cowherd boy, like a 4-year cowherd boy, and Brahma is enjoying that personal form. So this is the first verse. Brahma is enjoying about the darshan of the beautiful Krishna form. And here, Krishna is asking, "You are Lord Brahma. You are so intelligent. Why did you come here?" Like that, Krishna is asking, thinking like that. Brahma is praying, "Oh, my dear Lord, neither I or nor anyone can estimate the potency of the transcendental body of yours, which has shown so much of mercy to me." And actually, here Brahma wanted to challenge Krishna, and but even then, Krishna is showing so much of mercy to him, giving his personal form, showing his personal form to Brahma. Sometimes Krishna's opulences he will disclose to devotees. Sometimes he will withheld. He will not disclose to everybody. But here, Krishna has shown all his opulences. He has this 4-year-old form, and all the comfort boys with the Vishnu Tattva form. Actually, Brahma wanted to see the majesty of Krishna in this form. So, knowing the desire of Lord Brahma, Krishna has shown all this form to Brahma. And even Brahma has did some mistake. Since he wanted to know the Krishna's opulence, which are unlimited, Krishna is showing that form. And also one more important point Brahma is saying is like I cannot even understand your personal form. You are like a 4-year-old child behaving like a little child. How could I possibly understand the happiness you experience within yourself? And there is a in Taittiriya Upanishad, there is one section which actually tries to understand the happiness of Paramapurusha, like the Brahman, the actual Brahma Ananda measurement. The Veda Purusha just wanted to measure the Brahma Ananda. How what will be the happiness of him? So we'll first start from us because we know us, so we'll start from us. If we give a happiness has lot of facets and figures. If we give a toy to a child, the child will be immediately so happy. And or if a college goer or a school student, they means they have got first in their school or college, they'll be very happy. And if a parent gets a good groom with good qualities for her daughter, they'll be very happy. And if the parents become the first time grandparent, they'll be happy. So it's all like so much of happiness happening in our lives also. And but those happiness is like little temporary. If that the same toy, if it breaks, the child is going to cry, so the happiness is gone there. And after marriage, they'll enter into another phase of life, so that that happiness when they got the groom will not last. When the after the marriage, it will be something different. Like that man's happiness is very much temporary. Everybody who has got so much of intelligence, they'll be very poor. Or some husband may not be getting a good wife, like that. It's all nothing is like perfect ideal. Suppose if a man has got a perfect a life, like he has lot of the youthness is there, and robust health, no problems with the health, and unimaginable wealth, and unlimited power over the whole world. If such a thing happened to a man, it is not at all going to be happen. But if we are imagining if such a thing has happened, then that man happiness is the ultimate. So actually, after then, when Veda Purusha is doing the happiness of, he's multiplying that man's happiness 100 times, then he will get a Manushya Gandharva. So man is a person, and Gandharva, Manushya Gandharva is like his happiness is 100 times more of a man. And he's the Veda Purusha is keep on multiplying the happiness of everybody. And Manushya Gandharva's happiness, if he, then he will get a Deva Gandharva's happiness is like 100 times of that. Then Karma Deva, single Deva, and Indra, ruler of all Devas, his happiness is 100 times one of a Deva. And then Prahaspati, Prajapati, Brahma's 100 times happiness is Parama Purusha. Like that, Veda Purusha was trying to find the transcendental happiness of Krishna. But at the end, he could not even, that time itself, his head is spinning. He could not even find a, a, a ideal man who has that happiness. So he could not even find the happiness, what is a Paramapurusha is having in his mind. So he just Veda Purusha left, like, I could not find the transcendental happiness, what he's enjoying. But actually, Krishna wants to give that same happiness to us. That's the specialty of Krishna. He just wanted us to enjoy that same happiness just by taking the bhakti process. So, Brahma is going to talk about all that. In the second verse, Brahma is talking about the transcendental happiness which Krishna is enjoying, and also transcendental body of the Vrindavan form. Vrindavan form is the ultimate form everybody wanted to enjoy. All other forms are like only in Vrindavan, Krishna can be like a just like a son to their parents, friends to their friends. In all the other forms, he will be showing the majesty. So the Brahma is enjoying that Vrindavan form here in the second verse. And in the third verse, so Brahma is saying like only the devotional service, only because the theme of this 8 verses is like how to know the unknowable. So Brahma is giving the answers for all that. So if we want to know the unknowable Krishna, it will happen only when we live in devotion to Krishna. So here there are two terms, Bhavadiya Vartam. That is a qualifier. Like we have to dedicate our lives to the narrations of Krishna's pastimes. Shruti is like narrations, descriptions of personality and all his activities. Everything we have to just listen to that. And Jnana Prayasam Utapasya, like we should not, Prayasa means endeavor, Jnana is knowledge. We should not be having speculative knowledge to understand Krishna. We have to just get rid of that, because with that we cannot understand anything. Only by hearing and chanting, only his personal activities and personality, description of his personality through the disciplic succession, only if we do all these things, then that is the qualifier to understand Krishna. And also here Brahma is saying those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, we have to just throw away the process of speculative knowledge. We just have to throw away the process of speculation with our body, mind, words. We have to just offer our respects to the personality and activities and dedicating our lives to these narrations. Only by then we can actually conquer him who is unconquerable. He is going to actually give us his form to us. So these are the two things. We have to live in devotion in our social positions. We don't have to become a sannyasi or a scholar or just a high scholar. The same thing Krishna is telling to Arjuna as well. You just be in your position. You are a Kshatriya, you just be in your position and give all your duties just as a offering to me. So the same way, we can just be in our own position. We don't have to become sannyasi. Just do our devotional service without any touch of speculation. That is going to be the essence of perfection. So Brahma is explaining this, means offering his prayers and giving the knowledge to us. Actually, we have to just live in devotion to Krishna. And here the fourth verse is like, my dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. So the those who are self-realized souls, they will not see any differences between a mobile or immobile, any forms. They see the deities and also the trees as the same Krishna. They could able to see Krishna in all the things, in everything. Those are the actual advanced devotees. They don't discriminate people. So that's the means how we can become self-realized is only through devotional service. So here Lord Brahma is actually insisting us to take up the devotional service bhakti process to enter into the path of self-realization. If we do any other things, doing speculative knowledge or any other things to understand Krishna, it's going to be only a troublesome process. And Brahma is giving an analogy of like just if we just beat an empty husk of wheat, we are not going to get any grains. Will we just end up in some miseries? So the gain is only trouble. So here Brahma is actually asking us to get a relationship between the matter and Krishna. Who else can tell more than Brahma, because he could able to see the full material world, the matter and the relationship to Krishna. He's making sambandha jnana, the relationship between the matter and Krishna. We have to start seeing everything in every form Krishna. That will happen only through the devotional process. So here Brahma is giving us that knowledge, like how we can understand the unknowable only through the devotional process. All other speculation is going to end up in trouble. And the fifth prayer is like, O Almighty Lord, in the past, many yogis in this world achieved the platform of devotional service by offering all their endeavors onto you and faithfully carrying out their prescribed duties. Through such devotional service, perfected by the process of hearing and chanting about you, they came to understand you, O infallible one, and could easily surrender to you and achieve your supreme abode. So in the past, the yoga process is like again a bhakti yoga, hearing and chanting about you. We can, if we do our prescribed duties, whatever is mentioned for us, and do the devotional service, And with all these things, when we faithfully carrying out with all these duties, we can just achieve the platform of devotional service. So Brahma is insisting us to take up this bhakti process again and again, the process of devotional service again and again. He is giving so many examples of how yogis have done this and achieved their perfection. So we just have to take up the process, because Lord Brahma is the means is he, in the disciplic succession, he is our a Lord. So we have to just accept what Lord Brahma says. And um, he's just comparing the jnana process and bhakti process. And now he Brahma is speaking about non-devotees and impersonalist. In the next two prayers, Brahma is going to talk about the transcendental qualities of Krishna. And here Brahma is just worrying about the people for impersonalist, and for saying like Brahma has no qualities, he is nirguna. And some non-devotees, they cannot realize the personal feature of Krishna. They just only how we can understand the personal feature of Krishna is like we have to just get rid of all the conceptions of material distinctions. We should not have any distinction between a wall and a door. We should not distinct anything, and every all attachments to the material sin should be gone. But this is not at all possible in this yuga, in this lifetime. So non-devotees, they cannot understand the personal feature of Krishna. So he's Lord Brahma is asking us to meditate on the qualities of Krishna, take the personal features of Krishna and meditate upon him. That will actually make us to understand him more better than doing all the other things of getting rid of all our material distinctions or all our attachment to material senses, which is not going to happen. So hence we have to, instead of working on getting rid of our material senses, we have to work on meditating on his transcendental qualities. So hence in the seventh prayers, Brahma is, this is a very important prayer. Gunatmanastepi gunan vimutam hita vatirnashya ka ishrayeshya kalena air e vimita su kalpair bhu pamsa ke mimika duyu bhasha. In time, learned philosophers or scientists might be able to count all the atoms of the earth, the particles of snow, or perhaps even the shining molecules radiating from the sun, the stars, and other luminaries. But among these learned men, who could possibly count the unlimited transcendental qualities possessed by you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So here Brahma is saying, even sometimes scientists can count all the atoms of the earth. It is not going to happen anyway. But even suppose, even if they count all the atoms of the earth, even then we cannot count all the transcendental qualities possessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has just come here to this surface of earth and for the benefit of all of us, but we cannot count any of the transcendental qualities of him. Just in relation to that, I just wanted to give some transcendental qualities mentioned by Ramanujacharya. So what happens is like only on Panguni Uttaram day, there is that day, like during the month of March, April, Ranganatha, Sri Ranganatha and Ranganayaki means Serthi happens. Only that time they both come in one Simhasana. And on that day, actually, Swami Ramanuja has done the Sharanagati to both of them. So that time he has sung a very beautiful Gadyams. He has sung three Gadyams, Shiranga Gadyam, Vaikunta Gadyam, and Sharanagati Gadyam. And here Ramanuja is talking about all the transcendental qualities possessed by him. ज्ञान बल ऐश्वर्य वीर्य शक्ति तेज सौशील्य वात्सल्य मार्दव आर्जव सौहार्द साम्य कारुण्य माधुर्य गांभीर्य औदार्य चातुर्य स्थैर्य धैर्य शौर्य पराक्रम सत्य काम सत्य संकल्प कृतित्व कृतज्ञ गुणाद अनादिगादिशय कल्याण गुणगण महार्णवम. Like that he is praying to them, like you possess lots and lots of transcendental qualities. Even if we meditate on one quality and get the perfection, that will be the perfection in our life. Like that, the praise goes on like this. I just taken a small little glimpse. So here Swami Ramanuja is speaking about all the transcendental qualities of Krishna. And same way, Brahma is also speaking about all the transcendental qualities possessed by Krishna, and we have to meditate upon at least one quality of him and try to understand him. Like if we keep on seeing our anarthas, we will be like finding very hopeless. Like I have this much of ego, false pride, everything is there. If we keep on working on to remove our anarthas, it's not going as give us any hope. But instead, if we just meditate on his qualities, he is like if we take a quality of karunya, the mercy whatever he is going to shown upon us, even we have so much of anarthas, then we will get a little hope, like yes, since because he is going to come and take us, instead of we go and approach him, only first step we have to take, and then next 100 steps Krishna is going to come to us. If we meditate his qualities like that, then we'll be having that hope, like we will go back to him. So here Lord Brahma is speaking about his transcendental qualities. And eighth prayer is like very important verse, like how we have to say yes to Krishna. Now Brahma has done a mistake. Here Krishna was enjoying very nicely with his friends. At that time he actually interrupted his happiness by taking away the cowherd boys and calves. He just interrupted it. And then Brahma here now he is saying like, I will means I'm waiting for the reactions of my past misdeeds. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your costless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation. So what it means is like we have to say yes to Krishna. We have done so many karma, like good deeds, past misdeeds, everything we have done. So now we are actually taken this bodily form, and we are suffering all our reactions. It can be like sometimes happiness, sometimes distress, everything is happening. So how we have to take that after surrender to Krishna, how we have to see all the means reactions onto our lives. We have to just accept it. This is our destiny, we have to just accept it. We have to just say yes to Krishna. Here Brahma is not running away or means fearing from his deeds. He has done a mistake. He is offering his respectful obeisances, and means he's ready to accept whatever the reactions for that. Similarly, we also have to say yes to Krishna, and if some reactions might be like very fast and it goes away fast, some reactions might be like it takes long time to subside. So we just have to have the faith and the patience, and just have to offer our prayers to Krishna and wait patiently, like to subside all these karma. Whatever whatever reactions we are getting, we just have to accept it. Like there can be a question like, so can we see the astrologer and see what is the reaction is going to be? We can just what does the astrology is going to tell us? It will just say, okay, you are going to get these problems. Then if it's going to rain, we just can take the umbrella and go. That's all. Anyway, it's going to rain. Only thing is we can just protect a little bit. Similar to that, we can just after surrendering to Krishna, we can just protect ourselves like that. We should not be just be dumb. Okay, anyway everything is going to be given by Krishna, so I'm not going to do anything. It's also not means a correct way. If there is a pain in our knee, we have to just go get the treatment from the doctor, and we just try to remove the pain. That's all. But getting the pain we cannot means avoid it. Like that, we just have to be a little more elevated to see our past reactions, and we how we have to accept it. So here Brahma is very nicely explaining all these things, how we should say yes to Krishna, and how we have to accept our destiny, and carry out our reactions for all our karma whatever we have done, and how we have to just surrender with our all heart, words, and body. And once we do that, we are definitely eligible for liberation. What's the time, Mataji? The next set of prayers is like apologies to Krishna. Okay, I'll just finish past, Mataji. I didn't see the time. So here the next four prayers is like Brahma is offering apologies to Krishna, like he has done a mistake. He is considering himself like a small spark and the large, like means elimination wise. So means he's asking for Shama, please accept my apology, like that. And the last prayer, like text 12, he's saying. I am like a little child in your abdomen. If a child kicks within the mother's womb, the mother won't be like means going to scold the child. Similar to that, Lord Brahma is also considering him like a small child within the womb, and he has done the mistake. So he's means asking for apologies to Krishna. So these are this four set of prayers is accepting means apologizing to Krishna. So we have just covered these two set of verses today. Thank you so much for the opportunity again, Mataji sir. And Satyasara Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. That was a really very, very nice presentation. I mean, you so beautifully covered the main points and your realizations, and so nicely you glorified Lord Brahma and the beautifully explained the pastime. I really like some of the points like say yes to Krishna. We should still make practical arrangements, but we have to accept also what we have. And also the point that if we keep on working on anarthas, then there's no hope. So it's good to meditate and on Lord's qualities. Very nice. And the Ramanujacharya's prayers also were very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. That was really wonderful presentation. Very nice. With that, devotees, there's one quick announcement. We have summer camp showcase presentation tomorrow at 7 p.m. And all our young Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who took part in the summer camp, they have made a wonderful presentation for us. So request all of y'all to join tomorrow at the same time, 7 o'clock. So with that, thank you so much, devotees, for joining today. Sorry we went over the time, but Sridevi Mataji was amazing. It didn't feel like
I
the
didn't
time
check
went.
the time. Really.
No issues, Mataji. I think the time went so fast. You were just too good. So with that, thank you, devotees, for joining today. We will see you all tomorrow for the summer camp presentation. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji. What an amazing